Howdy folks, and welcome to something a little bit different. Today I'll be talking about my 5 favorite cozy games. But what makes a cozy game? A cozy game can be anything you want. It's up for the player to decide what cozy means for them. When I hear cozy games, I think of games that are not competitive, can be paused at any time, and can be played for hours. Obviously, cozy will mean something slightly different to you. Yet I think we can all agree that having inviting games to fall back to after a tough day or when you're going through something can be immensely useful. These games are in no particular order, and the list always changes and expands. These are my top 5 cozy games right now. Number 1 is Dorf Romantique. Dorf Romantique is a turn-based strategy city builder with some unique tile puzzles and a superb art style that had me in awe of all the different biomes and areas. I enjoyed how the game is not too complicated, but you'll gain more points for each run if you do pay attention to how the tiles come together. I made some really nifty looking areas that felt like my own. The small animations and sounds led to a calm and engaging experience. If you're looking for a city builder with some strategy, I'd highly recommend playing Romantique. Number 2 is Skylines 2. Now, I know the release of this game was marred by clunky gameplay and not great back and forth between the developers and gamers. I still found playing Skylines 2 cozy when my computer wasn't on fire. Now, for myself, Cities 2 was fixed to the point where I can play on medium settings without having to comply with 30 FPS. This was the only thing stopping me from playing more at the time of its release. I love city builders, as you can see from the first 2 picks. Cities is so much fun if you've ever had the idea of urban design. You can practically make anything you want, and Cities 2 roads are easier to handle than its predecessor. I love making transit lines that connect to each other, and creating a metropolis for my citizens is always amazing. Obviously, there is some strategy to the game, but you can fiddle around with unlimited money if that's more your jam. Number 3, Rogue Tower. Now, I made a video on Rogue Tower a while ago, so if you haven't watched that, check it out. Rogue Tower is a hidden gem of a tower defense game. I love the roguelike elements of the level design, ensuring that no run is alike. The plethora of towers also play a huge part in the game's replayability. Souping up towers through upgrades felt great and had tangible effects. Resource managing throughout the levels was also a challenge, but once you get the feeling down, you'll be an amazing tower commander. There is a great leveling up system as well, and with lots of different modes, you'll have a lot to play around with, and absolutely no rush. You can take this game on your own time. Number 4, Loop Hero. Loop Hero is one of those games that I played maybe 3 years ago and then hadn't played since. While thinking of games to review for the channel, this one seemed to pop up in my head, and with a good reason. Loop Hero is a tactical roguelike deck building game. The player is tasked by completing loops and bringing the world back together. I really like the artwork for this game. They did a great job in making an atmosphere that drew me in. The creatures also have some really good designs. One thing I would perhaps recommend is not listening to the sound effects of the game. For some reason, I do not like the way the attacks sound, so I just turn on a podcast or a YouTube video. It's probably just me. So if you like deck building, outpost upgrading, retro graphics, check out Loop Hero. It's a great time. And now, on to number 5. Number 5 is old school RuneScape. Now, this game you cannot pause at any time, but it's still one of my all-time cozy games. I know RuneScape can be horribly stressful, but one of the best things about the game is that the player chooses what they want to do. If I have time or want to relax, I'll do my tree farming runs. If I'm not feeling that, maybe I'll work on fishing or thieving. Whatever you want to do, you can. I find that really endearing to that cozy game mindset. I also think the way RuneScape's grind for leveling works helps this thought out. At least for myself, I don't look at the XP for grinding purposes. I'm just happy doing something I somehow have enjoyment for. Progressing in any stat in RuneScape is a huge dopamine boost, and being able to chill out barbarian fishing can always bring me out of the worst moods. Anyways, what are your cozy games? We're lucky that there are so many games out there and that everyone has their own unique list of games. Thank you so much for watching. It really means the world to me, and please don't forget to comment your favorite cozy games down below. And if this or any other video resonated with you, please click that subscribe button. And as always, see you next time.